Tales from the Crypt, world of YouTube. Tales from my crypt, I should say. But in all seriousness, the past month I've been talking about some issues going around. And tonight I want to tell my story. And I cannot say that I would ever think of this happening to me. I can't say that. I always think of something happening, whether it be enemies coming in like ISIS, coming here to start war, whether it be, someone say so, child molester, all kinds of dirty people out there. Always think the worst can happen. Only because, right, I grew up in a, crazy world. Now I try and, I don't care, man. I tell my stories of what I lived. And I like to keep on telling them stories. Because, right, you never know what's going to happen in life. And I can't say I'd ever thought this would happen to me, but it did. And I can't say that. Yeah, the crickets. Love the crickets. Sit out here all night and listen to them. Damn it. Excuse me, sneeze attack. But due to my experiences in life, of course, leads me to think of things and come up with my thoughts and theories and ideas for other cases. Say so missing persons or, all the type of stuff that I cover in my videos. And, but tonight, like I said, oh man, my month hasn't been good. On top of my mother passing away in December, 3 days after Christmas. Oh, let's have a coronavirus pandemic. My kids at school struggling with work and, struggling with their behaviors, and now I gotta deal with the ultimate fear. Now I don't even know if I'm done with what has happened. Because, I'll tell you, when you get around warped people pretty much all your life, that's right, me, warped people all my life, you intend to write. Get the little knowing symptoms of this. And that's why I can pinpoint a lot of things when I talk in my videos about people and their sickness. And today Sunday I met some people that are very, 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 very sick people. So about a month ago, my oldest son decided to obviously meet some people. I don't know. He claims that he's met him from school, so he's known him for a good while. But all of a sudden now he's starting to hang with this person, right? But in the meantime, throughout the month, I'm starting to see less of my kid. Now, my son's done this before. 2-3 nights, go over a friend's house. He is of age. You know, he's going to be 20. But also throughout his life, I knew there was something a little bit more wrong with him than, you know. But it ain't a bad thing. If he puts his mind to it, he can use his mind right. But he chooses not to. He can do things, you know, but he's got a mental problem. And throughout my family, I've had 3 people that made it to the asylum. So I know he's got difficulties and struggles in life. But right, what do you do when you have a mental problem and you finally have met somebody that is mental and they take advantage of you? Well, that's right, folks. Met these people. My son met them. And throughout a month's time, I've texted them, called them, between me and my wife. In between me and my wife and texting and calling him, he's only probably answered his phone 3 times and answered in texts throughout this time period. Few times. And he did come home throughout a month 2 times. So of course, instinct cuts in. And, you know, I want to know where the hell my kid is. And I keep texting him, where the hell are you? What are you doing? You know you got to check in. You got to check in. No checking in. None of this, none of that. Finally, I get a friggin' text that says, oh, my son wants to start a better life. I mean, I get it. The predicament we're in is very, very tough. You know, living in a small house, rooming with someone that's got some habits. But, there's no other place around here that we would be able to live because rents are so high. And, yeah, I mean, it's insane over here where I live. But the coronavirus didn't help either. So my son was getting claustrophobic, I can say. So meeting these new people, going over there, hey, it's a new hangout. But hey, when you're not texting and answering calls much, and now the last week that we were in, this kid's not answering at all. So, I mean, it finally came to the point, you know, my wife calls asking him for some money. You know, when he did come home, he said he's with some people. Yeah, he wanted to move in. He didn't give us a straight answer why he wanted to move in. Oh, well, move in, they like me, I like them. But there was nothing that was making sense. Everything didn't make sense. My instinct kicked in immediately. Now, from what I hear from my son now, it's a whole different change of story. And yes, they were trying to take advantage of my son. And he wanted to move in. They were going to charge him $100 for rent. You know? Do all this stuff. And I said, you know what, Ryan, you know, my son, I got to do this the right way. There's got to be transferring of papers and this and that because the severeness of my son's disability. You know, I can't just hand him over to people and say, hey, here you go. And what my son has, yeah, is a borderline type thing. I ain't gonna disclose too much, but it's enough. It's enough to say, hey, need a little help there, I'm here to help. So finally I get a hold of these people. And mind you, it's a grandmother talking to this woman, telling her about, you know what you need to do this kind of stuff? Oh, yeah, we know what to do. And I'm like, yeah. And I told her, you know, we have full rights on my son. So it ain't just as easy as knowing what you got to do. You got to do this, and this. All right? Don't want to disclose too much, but this person's all cocky and and I asked the question to this person, well, how long have you known my son? What do I get for an answer? Because I don't know if you're a goddamn serial killer, because at this point in time, these people and what was said in my son's messages when he did text made no effing sense in it. I know it wasn't him talking. I've texted my son for the past 5 years on the phone, and I know how he talks. And the words being used in the text messages weren't his. So as I'm talking to this woman and saying, you can be a freaking serial killer for all I know, and all, you'll chuckle and laugh. You think that's funny? Oh, man. Now I'm in hunting mode. Oh, yeah. Hunt mode's on now. I gotta figure something out. Came up with a plan that actually worked. But Sunday I went, and my wife, like I said, is gonna give her money. Oh yeah, we'll take money, I'll take money, whatever. Go to bring the money. Oh, my wife's explaining to him that what he's doing, because now we gotta do something through the courts. I mean, that's all I'm gonna say. And I'm asking him, do you know the seriousness of this that you're doing in Poland? And, you know, it got to the point, to make a long story short, he said, I'm gonna go get my stuff. Walks in the house, and he's getting yelled at. Someone's raising their voice. Come out to the son that they have that he's hanging with. You know, I did meet him one time before that when I got him home. And, you know, he seemed normal, but it just, when my son sneaks out of the house at 2 in the morning to go back, there's something wrong. There was something wrong, because that kid knew he, you know, was told what not to do. I mean, these times, you can't trust nobody. And if I didn't rain on the parade that I just found out about, I mean, my son could have been dead right now. Or maybe like a what the fuck's that piece of shit name? Ariel Castro. I mean, even though I knew where my son was, I mean, it just was friggin' fishy and stunk like fish all the way through it. So, I mean, I get to talking to this person, and I get talking to another person, right? I'm telling them, you know what you're doing here? And they all come out swarming like vultures. You know, after he said he's going to get his stuff and come home, and then he run. And then he's like, I don't want to go back home. And I could tell by the look on his face. I could tell by the seriousness in his tone of voice. You know, like I say, you learn things throughout the years when you're dealing with the mental, or you're dealing with someone that don't know how to take charge of their lives. And it's like, damn. And it's like I've been reading a lot of missing person cases, right? I do a lot of studying in these cases for the simple fact that, right, I know how them people feel. You know, you got a photographic memory. You're always thinking of the worst in your brain, man. Sometimes I wish I didn't have this memory, but other times I guess it's good. And it sucks to say it when a tragedy has to happen like this, you know, for these poor people out there that get murdered, killed, lured, you know, or slave-driven through their lives, through some sexual fucking predator piece of... It's insane how this world has the underground. And I think that's what my son met up with. And I mean, I put my big scary beast face on like I said in the previous video. And I wasn't backing down. But they lured him in, and get this, I called the frickin' police. Interacted with the police. And what did the police tell me? Your kid's 19 years old. He can do what he wants. But he's diagnosed with this. Nope, it don't matter. You know what? I don't want to disclose what my son's diagnosed with, but here's a cop telling me I'm this diagnosis. The guys out in the back, as he's pointing to the police officers in the back, they're this diagnosis. You're this diagnosis. The President of the United States is this diagnosis. I'm like, dude, are you for real? I'm sitting here trying to tell him about this diagnosis, disability. And no, he's giving me a runaround. He's giving me that this kid ain't, he's safe. I had a wellness check done on my son too over there. Oh, he's safe. He's fine. But the gut instinct kept telling me he wasn't. So I had an idea. And I'll just say my idea worked. Because if my son already missed the therapist appointment, if I wasn't going to have my son home for a therapist appointment, which the therapist went and scheduled another appointment, mind you, I'm going to bring the therapist there. Oh, yeah, baby. How'd you like to meet these people, huh? How would the people like to meet the therapist? And it all went downhill for them. I guess it all worked out well, because, you know, in this dilemma that we have right now, the offices here where I live are closed. Everybody's doing the old video chat, right? Now these people are so dumb, and I wrote to my son yesterday morning that tomorrow you have to see this therapist. I will be at the house at 1:45 p.m. Better be out front. Now, if he didn't get in the car at this time, hey, I would have, whatever. But I was going to have him talk to the therapist right out there. And if the people were there too, come on over here and meet the therapist. Let's show him what you're really all about. But today when I get there, he's not there. Oh, where's my son? He's got a therapist appointment. I told him 1:45 right here in your driveway. This rude, obnoxious bitch gonna sit there and tell me, I don't know where your son is. He's not here. I said I texted him yesterday. I told him to be here 1:45 p.m. Where's my son? Now at this point, I can't do it, of course, but I screamed at the top of my lungs. And I really made this person very angry. And mind you, I was videotaping all this conversation. And she said, oh, and then she says, oh, he went to his therapist appointment. I'm like, a therapist appointment? I said, you do know therapy is done over the phone, right? It's all video chat, right? He's not supposed to go to the office, right? And she just, he went to the therapist. He went to the therapist. I said, this ain't right. I said, and then she's going to threaten me with the cops. Call the cops. So I told her I'm not leaving here until I know my son is where he's supposed to be anyways. He went to the therapist. He went to Burbank Hospital. Oh, he did, huh? So to make a long story short, the cops showed up. And like I said, I got in the cop's face, pointed in his face, and I told him what I was doing there. He didn't arrest me or even tell me to shut up. Because he knew. He knew. He was all over them people, though, telling them to calm down or go in the house. So I know my idea worked. I did a great damn job. I'm surprised it worked in a way, but this is what I'm dealing with, and this is what I've been dealing with. And I'll tell you, man, I'm not too happy. Because every day, every frickin' day of my life, I walk out the door and I see people and kids and, you know, everybody walking down the streets. And it just makes me sit there and think and wonder who's next. Who's next that's going to get picked up off the side of the road and just... Oh my God, man, my head's been spinning. I've been trying to get my videos done, but due to the fact of all this, it's like I can't breathe right now. This is what I think I was on earth to do. Excuse me. And my purpose is to fight for the rights of the people of the innocents that are weak and cannot defend themselves, I guess. And my son's one of them. It sucks to say I grew up to be a frickin', due to people with sickness like what I dealt with today, man. I made myself the monster who I am because of people like that, because they make me effing sick. Just to think they're out there preying on people. And they did too. They tried getting my son to get money from the state and do all this crazy shit behind our backs. He's 19, he can do whatever he wants. I told the cops, I told these people, oh, he's 19, he can do what he wants. But you people are sure telling him what to do, huh? Pushing him in their house, you know. My mind ain't right now, and I'm trying to relax myself. I had to do that video earlier, and I guess there's more stuff on that other video I need to do because someone wrote to me, and there's no updates on it, so I gotta go home. I gotta dig deep into that case because, man, my freaking mind right now. I gotta take deep breaths, people. I don't care, man. You know, I tell my tales and stuff because, man, I just can't bear to see people suffer when stuff like this happens to other people. You know, it's sick, man. It's sick that we live in this goddamn world and you ain't even safe. And I'm sick of predators walking these streets. I would love nothing more than just give vigilante justice to each and every one of these sick individuals that are fucking sick. Sick in the head, sick-minded, and this has been going on for a lot of years, a lot of decades. Sit there and wonder, what's the next day gonna bring? Tell you. Tell you, people. I tell you, world of YouTube. I'm not worried about these people, but who knows if they had plans for my son, come back, retaliate in some way, but I've got a surprise for them. I'm not scared. But I don't know. If something happens, man, just nuts to even think that. But in a world, in a time like this, man, damn it. In a way, I'm not surprised that this happened. But in other ways, you know, I've been there for my kid, trying to teach him the right way in life, trying to protect him, trying to teach him ways to watch out for monsters that dwell beneath this frickin' underworld of whatever they created. And he still don't listen to me. That's the problem with today's youth. They don't effing listen. I tell you, man, I'm fucking kids, man. Wake up. Smell my coffee in your face. The world is filled with monsters, and they're real. Oh, they're real. If any kids catch this video, man, listen if you have straight right parents, man. If they're telling you something because they know something, you need to effing listen, little boy or girl. Man, but I gotta get my mind back together. Trying to keep myself sane right now. I did good, and I gotta keep thinking that way. And hopefully the beast that dwells inside me don't damage what I've done. I tell you, man, oh, god damn, I want to take them people's faces. You know, I can't finish that. It's sick, I mean, it's sick, this world's like that. But as always, and I want to thank all any new subscribers coming up. Thank you all that's sticking with me. Just got a lot of focusing I gotta do next couple of days to get my mind straight. Because when stuff like this happens, tell you, boy, my mind goes in a rage. Sometimes I think I should lock myself up. Yeah, baby. All in all, I'm good. Just gotta think of my family. I gotta think of doing stories like this and keeping it real and get rid of these predators that walk this earth. That's right. A man with a tail. And I friggin' get them all the time. Oh boy. I tell you, man, my stuff gets good every day, man. Every day something new happens in my life. And, whoo, yeah, I gotta take a breather. Everybody be safe, take care. Until that next video. Hopefully it's a good one, but can't be saying that. Be safe, people. Beware. Out.